What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Be Hero X, this time of episode 4. It was an alright episode last week, definitely the weakest of the 3 episodes so far in my opinion, both in terms of the action and the story. It wasn't a bad story per se, but just something a little bit generic, I would say. Although the preview towards this episode looked crazy, so really excited to see this. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments though. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I think it was because last episode we didn't have too much of a focus on Nice. It introduced this very, again, kind of, well, these characters are cliched per se, but very kind of, the storyline was seen quite a lot in other superhero things. I could understand why the populace would think that. This is just like a fake. They knock him out there? Yeah. So they don't even, yeah, these guys obviously don't even care if she dies or not. They're all about their business. Got to keep their big names. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? So again, I'm assuming it's a bit like what we saw last week with the immovable guy. They enhanced his abilities and gave him these powers. So I guess it makes sense that they can kind of fully control them and stop him in his tracks when they want. Which really sucks to know, to be honest with you. To know that, oh, not even really. I mean, that's been a theme of the show in general. It's like, I'm not really nice, but to have it like literally happen like that, to be like, I'm not even in real control of these powers. It must, yeah, might lead you to end up doing what we saw the real nice done in the first episode. That's what I'm maybe trying to say here. Can't even act on my own. So we now see who that guy is on the left. I think you guys did tell me that this does kind of follow different superheroes at different points, and this is the last episode for Nice, which is really interesting. Like I said, maybe that goes with that point I brought up a minute ago about what happened. Maybe it's like a bit of a loop with Nice, where what we saw in that first episode perhaps keeps happening to his character. Um, perhaps he just gives up. Perhaps he dies. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what will end off his kind of story here? But in resistance, though, they won't just disappear if he does this. They might not support him anymore, but they'll still be alive. We're talking about people's lives here. So who have they sent to deal with this then? Russia boy. Doomfist. What's Doomfist? I hope they did. Oh, really? That's pretty cool, actually. Literally knock the memories out of someone. It's pretty cool. It's quite a lot. It makes sense. This guy would be so good at that. There's this whole job looking for people's flaws, exposing them to the public. Cheating boxer. Oh, did he put like lead in his gloves or something? Saw his gloves down. I don't know who this guy reminds me of, but he kind of, I don't know why he reminds me of someone. This guy with a red suit. Oh, he did put metal in his gloves. The whole organization is taking a massive hit right now, isn't it? This ain't good for business. He said that though. So what? I know this is like superhero universe and so on, but in reality, if every screen was just taken over by something like that, I'd be pretty pissed off if I was like watching a show I liked. And I imagine this is quite a common occurrence of superheroes and villains battling and shit. Um, I'd just be pissed off that they stop my TV show from airing. So yeah, I still got that one little streak. I can't believe the fans are like saying no to this. It's almost like saying you're not strong enough. Don't do it. True, true. I can't believe these fans. Why? Yeah, it was. Okay. What happens now though? Because it's almost like our main character. It's almost like learning to walk again in a way. I imagine relying on those powers so much. Yeah, probably makes you, even though you didn't have any powers or anything before, even like slightly weaker, and the almost nothing he was before power wise. So yeah, you got to respect this, haven't you? Coming there like this. I don't know. I feel like it sets a really good precedent, honestly. Literally, like it says, like anyone could be a hero. It's just like this is like the proof's in the pudding right here. Anyone literally can be a hero. This should actually be really good for business. Like you could spin it that way quite easily, I think. Okay, I mean this might seem pretty stupid, but I didn't actually like realize. I think I've got a good idea of how like the power system works now. I didn't really kind of realize. I thought it was like the company kind of gave him power, and they did to an extent, but because they gave him the identity of nice, the trust value also came with that, and I guess that's what happened with the guy from last episode as well. Like I said, might seem pretty stupid, but many people probably maybe got that in the first episode. But I've only really kind of conceptually accepted that. I think what we're seeing here is his trust value diminishing. I can't read what it says here like that. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but yeah, again, I think I'm starting to get it. The more trust value you have, the more powerful you are as a hero, and you rank up by getting more trust value. So that's why he was barely able to walk, perhaps earlier on. I don't know, but yeah, I feel like I said, I'm not sure if that is the case, but I think that's starting to make sense. That the more trust value you have, the more powerful you get, and we saw Black Doomfist guy a minute ago. Obviously, I think this villain said he was like losing his powers as time went on. He was being exposed. So he lost a lot of his power. Like he came there quite powerful, and then because he lost a lot of his trust value, he lost a lot of his power, which is interesting, isn't it? It's an interesting system. The trust that people give you is your power. It's quite cool in that regard, but like considering how the whole hero stuff is dealt with like a business, it's also like quite strange. Considering they're literally like deceiving a bunch of the people that give them the power and the trust. I don't know. So yeah, I feel like it is just like an absolute regular human right now. The first thing you think of your career? These remind me of the little balls from Phantasm. If any of you guys have seen that movie, little killer balls. Nice. Okay. Regular ass guy. God, look at that. Dead in his head. Literally. Literally vulnerability detected. I mean, you've already done that. That's the thing. You've already stripped away this whole facade. And yeah, I assume this is going to be happening. The trust value is going to be going insane. I said this earlier. Like, this is, you could spin this to be like something the audiences will eat up. I think we all love this kind of story, don't we? To be honest, what I said in the intro, I thought this episode would be ending off a little bit more darkly. Didn't quite expect it to go this well. FOMO. Of interest, Sparker. From some big time voice actors as well, by the way, those right there. So I imagine they're important characters. Jesus. This is the truth. Fair play to him for pulling that punch as well. That probably would have just killed him. I wouldn't be surprised if it went above Nice's. That was a fake? So she wasn't actually even here. Wow. Brilliant. So we shouldn't have really gone. But something really good came out of this. Like, we shouldn't have initially, now, looking back, but now, also looking back, it was the best decision. Which I know sounds a bit paradoxical, but yeah, you guys get what I'm trying to say. Pretty convincing. Oh, look at that XFC. The Commoner. Number 4. Sorry, I did just kind of miss what they said there. No, we were at the end of the episode, so I won't bother sorting out the timer. Special magic rank 10. Oh. Well, yeah, this is, so there's now Nice and the Commoner. I was gonna say, like, he's ranked 4 and 10. Commoner. Interesting name. Could have just called him Human. Human Man. Why Commoner? Probably plenty of better names. What's going on here? Yeah, she had a chance to go anywhere and she turned into this. What the hell? Literally sending SOS fucking bottles out. This was quite a stupid decision. It seems then, wasn't it? Wow. An absolute fail. But yeah, she really fucked herself over. Holy crap. She's just stuck on a remote island now? Huh. Fucking lucky girl, honestly. What the hell? I mean, it was quite romantic and cool when she left, but I didn't realise she was doing something so stupid. The hell? I just assumed this was like a beach on like a main island or something, but she literally just went to the middle of nowhere. You call this a vacation? Oh shit. Well, there's that scene pretty much from that episode in episode 1 at the end. Okay, I'm not sure how to take this ending. Because in episode 1, it felt really egregious that the next episode she was just absolutely fine. So expectations are now that she's going to be absolutely fine. But I feel like that's not the case. Like, when you do something like that in episode 1, um, yeah, it makes it feel a little bit less impactful because you've already seen it. But this was the exact same kind of state she was in. I'm not going to bring the episode 1 up, but she looked exact. I think it was like exactly like this. It was in like the exact same pose, almost like the exact same blood, kind of only on one side of the bed. Like, he didn't notice that she was dead till he looked on the other side of the bed, and I think it's like the exact same shot here. So that was kind of foretelling her death in that first episode. To be honest with you, it wasn't like, what was the point of with stuff like that, like foretelling and kind of alluding to things is like, it's cool when it's got like a purpose. What was the purpose of alluding to this except for to make this scene less dramatic and to make it less impactful? It kind of just feel like it was alluding to this just because it could, just because it could, and there was no other real reason to. So yeah, again, I'm not been a big fan of that whole thing, that span from that, to be honest with you. But yeah, who the hell is this now? It looks like Blue Beetle or something. Some randy ass guy. And to be honest, it's like, yeah, she was about to just be saved here, but if Ling Ling didn't come here anyway, she would have met the same fate in an even worse way. To be honest, starving to death, I think, would be much worse than dying like this. But yeah, I think this did actually happen. This isn't like a dream sequence. I can't imagine this. If it is a dream sequence, then that'll be even worse. But I don't think this is a dream sequence. Is it? Like I said, what was the point? Like, what was the significance of showing us this in episode 1 in a different way? I don't really get it. Yeah, if any of you guys take anything more from that, please do let me know. But really good episode overall. And this was like a good moment, don't get me wrong, but because it takes me back to that first episode, it kind of took away a little bit from this scene. But yeah, also what took away from the scene is, again, just the sheer stupidity that she just, like, again, I assumed she was going to like maybe like Barcelona or Spain or somewhere like with a beautiful beach, but she just went to a remote island. No way to return, no survival skills or anything. Like, fucking hell. Okay. That'll be a really good episode before that last couple minutes, honestly. Really like this. just a good message again, maybe cliched and such, but I think it's done in a really good way, really interesting way, and a powerful way as well, with the animation behind it looking really cool, the production in general, the voice acting and such always being good. So yeah, I think it was, again, maybe slightly simple in terms of like the message it's sending, but it done it quite powerfully in my opinion, and really well. The fight scenes, like I said, are really good. The whole build up towards it was good. Again, I don't really understand what the fans were like thinking with asking him not to go here. I don't really get that. I mean, I guess they were trying to protect his kind of status in a sense, but yeah, it's also I guess it's not really a big deal about her being a mannequin. It was again more like, I'm not too mad about that. I'm more mad about the ending than anything this episode. I imagine some people might be a bit mad that this was not even really her, but I think it was again more so the kind of message this sends that was the focus of this episode, less so that her life's on the line, which was a big thing, but ended up not being anything, which again I don't mind too much, because the message of this episode was a lot more powerful than that, to be honest with you, wasn't it? So yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this one down in the comment section. Have a really good episode. Like I said, it's a little bit questionable why they even like this. Would have just been like, why did they have that scene in the first episode? Sorry to keep going on about it, but it's just like, why did you do that? At the time it was awful because it just seemed like a shitty dream sequence, and even now it just serves to lessen the impact of her death. So why? That just seemed like a bad decision, to be honest with you. But yeah, again, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'll see you guys next week with what I think will be starting out with a new hero. So I'll see you guys then.